Hello, friend. The Piriformis syndrome usually presents in two different ways. In the sedentary patient who spends all day working in the office, sitting in front of a computer. Or the taxi driver or truck driver who spend all day sitting. And the extreme athlete who runs marathons non-stop. Since that piriformis muscle forms the roof of the hip joint and can be tremendously stressed by the impacts of running if it is not adequately strengthened. So, today I'm going to show you 5 stretching exercises and 2 strengthening exercises. That will help you, on one hand to mobilize and stretch the muscle, and on the other hand to strengthen it, so it can handle the activities you do in your day-to-day. I am Marcos Sacristan, your favorite physiotherapist, and this is Physiotherapy at your fingertips.
Access more than 500 videos through my application, downloaded in the top right corner of the screen.
Very well. We start with the first stretch, ideal for those of you who have discomfort in the knees and cannot cross your legs for a prolonged period of time. Lie on your back. Place both feet on the wall. In this case, as an example, we are going to stretch the piriformis of the right leg. I like to start with a 90-degree knee bend, as the closer the buttocks are to the wall. In this way, there will be a greater knee flexion, and the stretch will be more intense. So, 90 degrees seems like a good position to start. Take the other leg externally rotated and place your ankle against the knee. How about that? What sensations do you feel in your right buttock? What if you feel absolutely nothing? We can increase the intensity in 2 different ways. Either we bring the foot closer to the hip, or, as I have already told you, we press the buttocks against the wall. Once you feel a certain tension, all you have left is to grab the knee with your hands and push to bring the leg towards the chest. Personally, I recommend that you try throughout the full range of motion to find the one that gives you the best sensations. You should feel the stretch in the right buttock in the form of a burning and pulling sensation. Once there, you can work the stretch in 2 different ways. Either you hold the position for 45 seconds or you make small bounces, little taps, to provoke a repeated stretching stimulus on a muscle. If you don't feel a stretch, either bring your foot closer to your hip or bring your buttocks closer to the wall to provoke a greater hip flexion and a more intense stretch. Very well, we attack the second variant, a little more complicated than the previous one. Lie on your back again, we're going to do it on the right leg. Cross your leg and then use your hands to grab the left thigh and bring the leg towards the chest. Bring the leg towards the chest until you feel a slight pull at the level of the thigh and hold for 45 seconds. If the exercise is not intense enough, bring the foot closer to the hip and start again. Personally, I like this stretch less, as in the other one the left leg is fixed and we can play with the hands and the opposite leg to increase the intensity of the stretch. Very well. The next variant is the Mermaid. To perform it, sit on the floor and place your feet in front of you. Drop your knees to the right, place your left leg behind you, and maintaining a 90-degree knee bend. With the right pyramidal leg on the side that we are going to stretch right pyramidal, place the foot on the opposite thigh. Very well, from here, all you have to do is bring your chest towards the right knee, letting all the weight of your body fall on it. You don't bring a tightness in the right buttock or buttock. Hold for 45 seconds or perform ballistic bounce movements to achieve a better result. We finish with the last and most demanding stretch of the piriformis muscle. I call it the pigeon. This time we are going to focus on the left side. We are going to perform the stretch on the piriformis. of the left leg. To carry it out, position yourself along the mat, let your knees fall to the left side, as if we were doing a mermaid that we saw in stretch number 3. Next, lean forward and take your right leg back along the way of the body. As you can see, we not only have a stretch of the piriformis of the left leg, but we also have a stretch of the psoas of the right leg. And from there, let your chest fall onto your left leg to increase the stretch of the external hip rotators and the psoas. Obviously, you will need a certain amount of flexibility and joint mobility to be able to carry out this stretch. Once here, hold for 45 seconds or perform ballistic movements, giving small bounces to get better results. For the fourth exercise, one of my favorites since you can do it standing up, I've brought the table that I take with me when I want to eat at the beach. To carry it out, all you have to do is place your leg over the table, supported in this flat way. And then take the opposite foot back so that it is straight and lean forward, bringing the chest towards the knee. To feel that stretching sensation, in this case in the left leg obviously. And from there, hold for 45 seconds or perform small ballistic bounces at the end of the stretch. Again, the closer the foot is to the hip, the greater the stretch will be. It's very likely that you won't be able to lay your leg completely flat on the table, as you probably lack some mobility in the hip. In that case, don't be alarmed. It's not the end of the world. Use 1 or 2 pillows, so that the knee is a little bit more elevated and so you can work the stretch in the range of motion that you can. And from there, as always, small chest to leg bumps, and we hold for as long as necessary. Very good. We continue with the 2 strengthening exercises. The first one is one of my favorites. As you can see, I have many favorite exercises. And it consists of strengthening the middle glute and the piriformis area. Through an external hip rotation, lie on your side with the side to work on at the top. Keeping your heels together, what you have to do is separate your knees as much as possible and hold for a few seconds. In the end, return to the starting position, relax and strike again. It's also important to keep the shoulders aligned with each other. At no time should you divert your gaze from the front, because if you do, you will be compensating the movement with your spine, and the muscle contraction will not be as effective. Very well, let's do a couple of repetitions together, you and I. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If it seems too easy, you can add weight at the knee level to make it more challenging. I promised you 2 exercises to strengthen the piriformis, but look, a third one occurred to me while doing the shell exercise. To carry out this exercise, you will need an elastic band. Sit down and place it around your legs with your knees close together and tie a double knot so that the elastic does not escape. From there, all you have to do is spread your knees as far apart as possible. Count while always keeping your feet together, don't forget, counting up to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And relax again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This exercise is going to work the pyramidal muscles, the external rotators on both sides, completing 4 sets of 10 repetitions, resting 30 seconds between sets. We are going to do 10 repetitions together and move on to the last exercise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last strengthening exercise for the pyramidal. To carry it out, you will only need a couch. Lie face down, leaving the leg off the side you want to work on out. Very good. Next, hook, place your foot just behind the knee, as you can see on screen, and from there the mic. What you have to do is raise your knee towards the ceiling and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax and start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One, two, three, 4, and 5. We've done 3 repetitions. Complete 4 sets of 10 repetitions, leaving a 30-second rest in 3 sets. If you want to complicate the exercise, add a ballast or a weight to your knee here, so that the lever arm is greater and the external rotators work much more intensely. Great! Have you learned 5 stretches and 3 strengthening exercises that will be extremely useful for piriformis syndrome? Choose 2 stretches and 2 strengthening exercises and repeat them daily for at least 3 weeks to start noticing results. Remember that stretches should be worked in 3 to 4 sets of 45 seconds and strengthening exercises in 3 to 4 sets of 10 repetitions. Thank you very much for staying until the end. I hope you liked it, that you can share the video with those who need it. And if you're looking for a personalized service and an exercise program to address your injury, contact me through this link so I can create a rehabilitation program tailored to your needs. Greetings, and I hope to see you in the next video.